I had thought it might be intimidating to play in such a momentous place, but in actual fact it wasn't at all. It was just quite inspirational. It was just amazing to think, walking up the stone steps, the spiral staircase that leads to the room where we performed them. They were quite worn away, and thinking, well, I wonder how many times Bach walked up these stairs. Did his foot rest where my foot is resting? Just amazing to be able to think that, and then to play those pieces of all pieces in that joyful place is just great.
What one's starting with is long familiarity on everybody's part with the music, and different approaches to it, which then start to either clash or reconcile with one another in the course of rehearsal, and then develop from performance to performance, which is so exciting. The crucial thing is that everybody has that affection, love, passion for the music making, and a rhythmical zest. I think that's the most important, and indeed it's a sort of contagious thing. But when people have a rhythmic zest, it affects the whole group and the listener.
A large feature of these works is the fact that phrases do get passed between the voices. And that is quite a challenge to make that seamless, to make that work. But it's also one of the most wonderful features of it, because it means we can connect, and we really do have to lock into each other, and the spontaneity of the performance.
And what Bach really shows in writing them all is how well he understood all of the instruments individually.
Everything is there. And there's a terrific amount of joie de vivre and spirit. I think of our period performances as being cutting edge. There was a sense of us not knowing quite what was happening sometimes. When we came off at the end, it was sort of, wow, what was that?
They're the best sort of concerts, really, when you feel like you don't quite know what's going to happen, and that's not through not having rehearsed enough. That's to do with just literally being confident enough with the music and with your colleagues to really throw things out there and let them happen.
Well, I think the feeling of there always being something at stake is a characteristic of the EBS. And it's something that I have felt in almost every concert I've ever done with them. Every time you come back to a work, it doesn't matter how many times you've done it before, it's new.
John Eliot definitely brings a certain edge to things, and you never sit back in your seat. You always give it 100%.
We're constantly learning. And we're learning from each other, and we're learning from John Eliot, and we're learning from the piece and from the place. So it is very much a live thing that you don't come to the end of.